Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars Wrestling Review Series. October 13th, 1990 is our episode for today. We're endeavoring towards Survivor Series 90, a major show. Unfortunately, we don't have every Superstars episode available, but I'd give you what I can. Samba Simba debuts this one. Dusty Rhodes beginning to finish up black and red polka dots as opposed to the iridescent orange or iridescent yellow polka dots. Hacksaw Duggan is here. Duggan's an interesting case to me in the WWF. I remember him being more featured than he actually was. Not that he wasn't around, but I remember a childhood where it felt like I saw him every week. And maybe if you go across Spotlight and Challenge and Superstars, you did, but I just have memories of seeing him a lot more than he shows up here. Anyway, Paul Diamond is his opponent for today, who later becomes a member of the Orient Express. Atomic Drop, and as Kato, the masked Kato, Atomic Drop and a clothesline over the top rope there. Duggan still promoting Nikolai Volkov indirectly, promoting American patriotism, which, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Clothesline out of the corner, Duggan gets a victory. But I have always found patriotism in wrestling shows to be goofy if you're going for a international product. It doesn't make sense unless you're just geo-targeting to one small area, and what's the point of that? You're limiting your money. Anyway, there's a update with Gene Okerlund. This is the attack on Jake Roberts from the Brother Love Show not that long ago. We go to the eye doctor with Jake. They remove his dressing. It is extremely painful for him. He is given eye drops. He says it burns. I want to see. Again, Rick Martel gives a false promise and kind of makes fun of Roberts for his vision problems. Axe, Smash, and Crush still making their way to the ring area. The trio of Demolition still allowed here. That is done with by right after the Survivor Series, but here we still have enhancement talent where predominantly Smash and Crush do the majority of the work, but Axe is still with the team. Believe this to be the fact that Axe has more health problems, so the house show tour, Crush and Smash are doing the majority of the work. Speaking of the majority of the work, Crush doing it here as well. In this enhancement challenge match, the LOD do an inset promo where they're basically saying it doesn't matter if it's 2-on-2, 2-on-3, 3-on-2, 5-on-7. The LOD plans to win. That's the inset promo. We go to Crush and Smash doing the Doomsday Device type maneuver, and we get a victory there. Good old Sean Mooney returns to us from the event center, and he starts to plug some upcoming stuff. The Warlord plugs an upcoming house show match, and he is plugging, I believe, the Bunkhouse Battle Royal. Wrestlers can bring anything over the top rope. That is going to be the November offering. And you can bring anything you want. Tugboat says he's going to bring his tow rope, which is just goofy, but it is what it is. Dusty Rhodes has to be upset with them using the Bunkhouse name, at least I would figure. By this point, I'm pretty sure that he's received his final date of right after the Rumble. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't on like a 90-day or 100-day notice or whatever at this point. Rhodes, and at this point, he's rather uninspired. Gets his son, Dustin, who we later know as Goldust. Can't believe he's been around for 30, I think he'll be around 32, 33 years now. But, big deal there as he gets his first WWF run here in the late 90s, into early 91. Even gets a pay-per-view payoff with the Royal Rumble 91 tag match with his father and son against Virgil and Ted DiBiase coming up at the Royal Rumble 91. Rhodes gets down on his knees and basically mocks an enhancement talent as he does so. Kind of weird anyway. Rhodes hits the running elbow and gets a victory here. Roddy Piper is tremendous in his inset promo. Basically says he can bring any weapon he wants, dress any way he wants, do anything he wants, and that is dangerous for him in Boston. Fans of Boston should know that and remember him for that reason. Anyway, Rhythm and Blues saying they're going to take the Hearts out like they have before, harkening back to their feud in 1989 without actually directly saying that. And then we move back to enhancement matches. This time, the Barbarian gets taken or takes a guy to town quite a bit here on the 13th of October. It's luckily not a Friday. Usually Superstars either a Saturday or a Sunday. But anyway, shot to the midsection by the Barbarian. Barbarian, of course, managed by Bobby Heenan at this point. Many people wonder why he was put with Heenan. Don't really know, but the pairing works. Heenan always having at least one really aggressive member of the Heenan family from when he shows up in '84 to now, and Heenan actually walks away, goes back, and kind of mocks the enhancement talent and gives Barbarian some orders. Barbarian drops down, hits a low kick, and then hits a big boot, knocks the enhancement talent goofy, and then we go to plug for Survivor Series, followed quickly by another, I guess, model Rick Martel arrogance promo, but he's in like a suit or a dress shirt and a hat, and Brother Love does his normal Brother Love related stuff, brings out the Warrior comes out with a carry case and makes Brother Love dress up in women's clothing, and basically says that's another skirt for the Macho Man to hide behind because he's been looking for the Macho Man all along. This is drawn out over several minutes and funny if you're into self-deprecating humor, I guess. Not sure the Warrior should have been in the middle of this. Also not sure that no one coming to the aid of Brother Love at this point, even from a heel perspective, it was necessary for the character when the stage setup had been destroyed not too terribly long before, but it is what it is. We even hear Vince McMahon calling him her sister Love, which wouldn't fly today, but anyway. Then we move to an Orient Express, Sato and Tanaka with Mr. Fuji, enhancement talent match. The Bushwhackers are eating Chinese food in their vignette, or I guess inset promo, very mockingly. So I guess that's where they're going, which Bushwhackers and Orient Express doesn't excite me in the least. Anyway, Santo in for part of the match. A good kick from behind by Tanaka. Tanaka comes in, hits, among other things, a flying forearm that he normally hits, some chops and punches, and then a entry via the top rope with a clubbing forearm to the back by Sato. Sato comes in, hits a reverse thrust kick, and manages to take his opponent out. I think the finish of this is yet again the powerbomb. Yeah, sit out powerbomb, which in 1990 was a big deal to even see moves that you hadn't seen before. And Santo gets the victory. We are plugging the Survivor Series once again. I think this is the first week we talk kind of about the elimination style at the end of the night. But Hogan, Bossman, Tugboat, and Duggan versus Earthquake, Bravo, Rude, and the Barbarian. Rude later replaced by his, I guess, Heenan stablemate Haku. Rude let go before Survivor Series happens. And then we're reminded once again, Warrior, Texas Tornado, Hawk and Animal versus Mr. Perfect, Axe, Smash, and Crush. The Warriors against the Perfect Team. Again, that just shows a little bit of lack of depth. Coco Ware, Dusty Rhodes, and Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart versus Ted DiBiase. Rhythm and Blues and a mystery opponent or a mystery teammate. That mystery teammate is, in fact, The Undertaker, but that's not revealed until Survivor Series night. I remember being a kid checking out the Survivor Series and going, wow, that guy is huge. Speaking of huge, although not as imposing, Samba Simba, otherwise known as Tony Atlas, is here. He's here for a couple of months, if that. Um, and Roddy Piper famously, I think it's on this program, says, that's not Samba Simba, that's Tony Atlas. Whips him around. Atlas has gained a bunch of weight, doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot, hits a Samoan drop and gets a victory. I remember going to a house show at the time, Tony sitting outside and being one of the few people who would hang around inside the gate area for some autographs and the like. Anyway, that will close us for this week. We'll be back with more right after this.